sides, and overall, they put together a strong starting 11.
Absolutely. You see Ruturaj Gaikwad in Conway. Excellent buy. Just fits, Pav du Plessis' vacant slot perfectly on temperament. He's a guy who has a strike rate of 113 T20 international. He'll be the guy on the big stage.
We were to just judge them on the basis of 82 crore rupees that they had or that they've spent for this season. It's a good side because 82 crore, right? They didn't have the entire purse and then you spend 15.5 for Ishan Kishan. See, I am giving them 7 on 10 for a simple reason that you pay a huge price for your own success. In the past, all the big auctions, we have seen them plugging all the possible holes and more. They always had options away.
Let's take a look at that squad. Royal Challengers Bangalore, Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis, Glenn Maxwell in that squad. Then you've got Dinesh Karthik for the firepower from the Indian side of things. They had late additions from David Willey. We also saw Shahbaz Nadeem. You had Anuj Rawat, Akashdeep, Mahipal Lomror, Finn Allen, Shafin Rutherford, Jason Behrendorff, and a few others as well. Left arm medium from Chama Milind. But Akash, let's start with you. Your assessment of this squad and your rating as well.
7.5 is where I would rate them out of 10. What they've done well is they've got a captain who's reliable, who's admired and respected, and that's the kind of captain they needed when they had Virat Kohli and Maxwell in the side. And
to now break down the side that looks damaging when you look at just the top 4 itself. Prithvi Shaw, David Warner, Mitch Marsh, Rishabh Pant. Then you've added Akshar Patel, you've got Anurag Nokia. They've added now Shardul Thakur, Kuldeep Yadav, plenty of others as well like Khalil Ahmed, and a lot of power like Rovman Powell, and look down that list, Chetan Sakaria as well. I'm going to go to a man who spent a lot of time at Delhi, the then Delhi Daredevils also, Chris Morris. Your assessment of the Delhi Capitals?
That is a very powerful and strong squad. Look at that. I think they've got all their bases covered completely. They've got cover for each player. And like we
2016, this is a side that is backing a lot of unproven talent in some sense, as you've said, Sanjay Manjrekar. You've got Nick Puran at 10.75. Romario Sheffer, who's come in. Washington Sundar, Marco Janssen, Natarajan, Bhuvi is back in that squad. Then again, the youngsters. Priyam Garg, Abhishek Sharma, Karthik Tyagi, Suchit, Sean Abbott was added late, but also they've got some solidity in Aiden Markram, Rahul Tripathi, Kane Williamson, obviously, with Umran Malik and Abdul Samad being the retentions. Let's start with you, Sanjay.
Like their fast bowling, there's plenty of options there. They've got Marco Janssen, who's a rising star. Sean Abbott came in late. And the experience of Bhuvi, there's Tyagi. They've got some...
Syed and got him at 12.25 crore rupees. They also added Pat Cummins, who's coming back to KKR. Sam Billings was a late addition as well. Ajinkya Rahane, Nitish Rana, Shivam Mavi coming back, Rinku Singh. Then also a couple of other big hitters in the mix. Alex Hales, Tim Southey was a late addition. Mohammad Nabi, the all-rounder. Sanjay, let's start with you. KKR, title-winning franchise. How do you assess them?
Addition of Sam Billings and Alex Hales just gives them a better balance, because before those late calls were made, you were wondering who's going to be opening the innings, and again that hole in the middle.
Let's now move across team, but certainly not the least. And Akash, I'm going to start with you because you really like this side.
I do.
You're wearing pink.
Yes.
And the Rajasthan Royals seem to be in the pink of health this time.
Correct.
At the end, 4 brilliant acquisitions. They needed overseas players. They went in with Jimmy Neesham, Nathan Coulter-Nile, Rassi van Dusen and Daryl Mitchell, all for 5.25 CR between them.
Very good squad. Honestly, they put together a very good bunch of cricketers. They've got, let's start with the bowling because they say batters win you games, bowlers win you tournaments. They've got Trent Bolt, Prasidh Krishna, Nathan Coulter-Nile, if you were to play the 3 fast bowlers with the option of going to another. They've got Kuldeep Sen, they've got a few more as
Ashwin
well. And then the spinners, Ashwin and Chahal. So that got another. So your 5 bowlers are looked after. You look at the top of the order, you've got Joss Butler, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Devdutt Padikkal, Sanju Samson, Shimran Hetmyer, Rassi van der Dusen. I mean, this is a solid squad. I feel 8 on 10.
Andy Flower alongside him, and they've done a tremendous job, as we've said time and time again. Akash, they've had KL Rahul, Quinton de Kock, Manish Pandey, Marcus Stoinis, Deepak Hooda, Jason Holder, Krunal Pandya, Avesh Khan, Mark Wood. The names go on. They added Evan Lewis late as well. but the all-rounders, a big fixture in this side.
And imagine spending exactly 90 crore.
Yeah.
I mean, just the precision of just that spent. Nobody can actually accomplish that. 25 players and you get to 90 crore, 9 on 10. Not just for spending 90 crore, but the fact is multiple options in terms of the all-rounders, from Deepak Hooda to Marcus Stoinis to Jason Holder. A team would be happy if they got one of the two, or they've got both of them. Then they've got...
What about look at the signings that they've had, and we've been talking about this side a lot here. Shikhar Dhawan, Johnny Bairstow, Liam Livingston, Shah Rukh Khan in the middle for that might as well. And then plenty of others, Odean Smith, Sandeep Sharma, Raj Bawa, the youngster coming through. Lots of other names like Nathan Ellis late as well. Akash Chopra, let's start with you on this. Punjab Kings, your assessment?
8.5 on 10. They had the budget, and it's also a responsibility. It's not just about the luxury to spend. They've spent wisely. They've plugged almost every hole that was possible. They got lucky with somebody.
IPL, and this was a side, the Gujrat Titans rather, coming into this edition of the Tata IPL, a side that we thought were a bit all over the place until today, and then they finished up quite strong. Jason Roy was a steal at 2CR. They added Riddhiman Saha late. Hardik Pandya, of course, the skipper of this side. Rahul Tewatia was a big buy at 9 crore. Sai Kishore, Lockie Ferguson. Then you had David Miller, Matthew Wade, Gurkirat Maan, Varun Aaron, all added late. And Chris Morris, I'm going to come to you first on the Titans. When you looked at this side at the start of today versus at the end of the entire auction, what did you think of it early, and what do you think of it at the end of the auction?
It's definitely an improved squad. Look, I think they're